fourth last race in the Banjo-Tooie Any Tournament has begun. First thing these players are going to do is going to do their Klungo cutscene skip, which is going to skip the Klungo cutscene. Oxylin gets his. Monger gets his as well. I thought he was going to beak bust just a little bit early, but makes it out just fine. Ooh, Oxylin doesn't make the jump off the molehill, but Monger does. And so he's going to hit his Klungo first. Let's hope he gets his green potion Klungo, as is the best Klungo to have first. There we go. Let's get Monger's audio in there. Monger's audio is a little bit louder, but Oxylin's video is a little bit brighter, so we got all sorts of shenanigans happening here so far. So both of them are going to start with red potion, even footing, leaving Klungo 1, and of course the easiest potion to get first as well. So Monger turns his camera a little bit, jumping towards Klungo, so he's going to get a little bit of a late start over Oxylin. But in the end, Klungo 1 is the least of their worries. They've still got the red house jump coming up, followed by beak bust. So yeah, Oxylin slightly ahead now. Need to figure out where I'm going to move my chat box to. Let's keep it going up. Yeah, Oxylin's like audio is so quiet. Let me see if I can turn it up in my volume mixer here. There we go. Does that sound any louder to you guys now that I got it spiked up like that? Alright. So Monger going to be doing his red house treble clef jump off the rim of the house. Having a little bit of troubles with it. And gets it. Oxylin, on the other hand, is not doing it. Because as we all know, we've all seen it before, Oxylin doesn't do this route. Oxylin is playing on PAL. And so he's going to be doing the old any % route. So Oxylin is going to be running about a minute behind Monger in terms of the route itself. Monger's definitely ready to like get a huge PB, as he has been the last couple races actually, but there's always something. Usually it's pillars. Something that does it. So we're not gonna see which of these runners is ahead until they warp to plateau to head towards cliff top. Until then, both of them are going to be doing very different routes. The puzzles will be done in different places. There's Mayhem Temple is done first for Oxylin, whereas Monger is going to be doing GGM first. So it's all a bunch of little things. Now, of course, the biggest reason for the route difference is plateau early can't be done on PAL. You jump slightly lower than with a flat flip jump on PAL than you do on NTSC and Japanese. And so because of that, well, you can't skip grip grab to get up there. So Oxylin is already going to be starting his first puzzle. Meanwhile, Monger going to be running to do plateau early. Gets it on his first try. Meanwhile, Monger has a pretty okay puzzle split up. Misses one of his pieces, and he's going to get it. Ooh, just barely an 89. I thought for sure that was going to be a 90. Meanwhile, Monger about to do his GGM early. Really good angle. He just needs to nudge ever so slightly on his control stick when he jumps. Moves a little bit too far. You could see that. It's a little bit too far as well. No, just gotta just slightly tap it. Move slightly slower. You can't move that far in the air. Almost. Oh, that was too far again. And there we go. And Monger gets it. He's into GGM early with a 554 split. Turning his camera this way and that. I think he was holding R while he was trying to run in a straight line. Kind of dips the camera here and there. So he's off to do his running shoe section. Meanwhile, there isn't a whole lot to say on Oxylin's side for the next 5 minutes. Oxylin's just going to be entering Mayhem Temple, grabbing Mumbo, learn egg aim, take the Golden Goliath to the Golden Goliath Jiggy. Oxylin with Monger with great strides getting these notes. He's going to be finishing his timer with maybe a 5. Takes the long way around, so he ends with a 4. Falls off the waterfall, and he makes it. Okay, getting into Talon Trot. Always a weird choice. Meanwhile, on Oxylin's side, learning egg aim, gets the first bonk of the run. But I don't think Monger would say no to that at this point. Monger's sitting with a 51.23 PB to Oxylin's 47.18. So even though Oxylin's using a route that has a minute time loss, he's still got a PB that's a little bit better than 4 minutes. So Monger's going to have to play his best. Even if Oxylin makes a full minute worth of mistakes to his PB, Monger still has to PB by like 3 minutes in order to win, so not looking good so far this early on in the run, but anything can happen to either runner, so we'll see what happens. Alright, Monger on his way to become the detonator. Meanwhile, Oxylin about to do the sign jump. Lands the sign. Doesn't quite cancel the text in the air, so he had to wait for the text box animation to cancel when he landed his Mumbo. Just one of those little things. It's really hard to do the sign jump and like do everything like right at once, because you need to move back in like a specific angle to jump off the cliff as Mumbo, and then you need to like do your jump and you need to kind of hold it, and then you need to turn your, I guess you don't really need to turn your camera, but I mean it's better to turn your camera when you jump, because then you can like have a better angle that isn't so laggy, and then you have to cancel the text in the air from hitting the treble clef, and then you have to get ready to cancel the second text while still trying to land away from the sign. And it just really sucks if you like land behind the signpost or slightly on top of the signpost, and it's just like Alright, Monger collecting the last notes in fuel storage. He's going to be detonating, but he didn't take a damage before he entered. So he has to leave and take damage off of the other dude. See, I'm not entirely sure how much time either of these runners put into their practice for the tournament. Ooh, Monger with a really fast detonator levitation though. That was really good. Had to wait a little bit to rise up in the water, but the moment he rised up and was kind of at the ledge, he instantly got it. So, ooh, misses his note though. How was Monger's GGM early split? He split it plus 554. And I think he had like a minus 18 second Klungo 1 with a 206, so it looked like he lost about 40 seconds to his split. Ooh, Oxylin taking... Oxylin with really weird movement to Bill Drill. Taking damage off the Moggy, and then he kind of couldn't stop rolling around and moving, and he just couldn't activate the silo. I think he was just pressing buttons and couldn't do it. Meanwhile, on the other side, his opponent Monger is learning Bill Drill. And he makes it out. What is Atroprise? I didn't see that. Ooh, Monger with missing notes everywhere. Little tiny errors in movement. Oxylin doesn't have grenade eggs at this point in Mayhem Temple, so he's going to be doing the old-fashioned Death Warp. But he doesn't jump high enough, so he's going to have to... I don't know if this is faster than taking damage than just running back up and jumping off again. But whatever works. He's out of his snack split. Oh no! Oxylin forgot to pick up feathers on his way into Jade Snake Grove, or maybe he picked up gold feathers by mistake. I didn't see that. Ooh, what a terrible mistake. He probably wasn't expecting that either. And he lands on the stadium roof, but at least he just landed, so he can easily just run to the flight pad. Misses the Jiggy in air, though, so he's going to have to flap around. And because he's doing the old route, he's going to have to stay in the air here. And he does, on his way to... Ooh, he tried to go for that fly. That was an attempted beak bomb at that fly. Missed one of them, but he makes it out. Meanwhile, Monger picks up his Jiggy, and he's on his way out of the level. So Monger now done with Glitter Gulch Mine. Oxylin having some troubles getting off of the bridge. And of course, because Oxylin is doing the old route, we're not going to see Prison Code. Or Oxylin doesn't have to deal with the RNG of Prison Code. Monger tying up the bonk count on his side with a bonk. And now we're on to the switch. Ooh, that actually looked good. Oh, no, it didn't work. I think he was a little too high. You need to run down the slope a little bit, Monger. That should be... No, a little too far to the left. That still looks too high. Yeah. That's good. You just need to run down the slope. No, Monger, that looks high still. That's perfect. That'll work. That first egg will work. Yeah, looked good to me. Yeah, Oxylin doesn't do pillars because because, like I said, jumping is slightly lower on PAL, so pillars is just way harder on the PAL version. It's doable, it's just harder. Oxylin has a really strange route that he does for any percent that boggles my mind every time I see him do it. Yeah, it's Oxylin's GGM route. Like, I don't know, every time I see Oxylin do GGM, I always think like there should be a way to make this faster, but alright. Monger has made it to Jiggy Wiggy's temple at long last. Now he's gonna start doing his puzzles, so Oxylin has done all of Mayhem Temple and he's opened Mayhem Temple and GGM. Meanwhile, Monger has only done Glitter Gulch Mine. He hasn't opened either of them yet, so um, going by their current split times, I would say that Oxylin is still ahead. That was a nice puzzle from Oxylin. I think both of them had pretty nice puzzles there. I'd like to shout out to, oh, I don't think I added it on this channel. PG made a new nice puzzle emote, but I don't have it on this channel yet. Made one that's outlined in yellow. Or I think it's just a yellow nice puzzle with like the same banjo hand. So it's easier to see on dark Twitch. Everyone go to Frankerface Z and search nice puzzle and you'll find it. It's quite good. Wow, both players fading back in at the same time. And now they're both going to be leaving Jiggy Wiggy's temple at the same time as well. Yeah, no one can see it on dark mode, that's why PG made the other emote. Conditioner made the nice puzzle emote before dark mode was really a thing. Alright, Monger is going to be doing Jade Snake Grove early now. If he does it correctly, he will save a minute on Oxylin. Ooh, doesn't quite make it. It looks like he's just going to be landing and starting again. I don't think Monger knows the backup. Ooh. Yeah, accidentally goes the wrong way. He's going to be a little bit low hitting the wall here now, though. So he's going to have to use another feather. He won't have enough to make it all the way up. And he's a little bit to the right now. I hope he knows what to do here. Yeah, if he flaps in the wrong way, he has to do the backup in order to get up because you don't have enough height. Looks like that's why he's turning around, just to make sure he's flapping in the right direction first. Okay, we're getting up. He needs to remember to face to the left, and he makes it in. Or straight down. I think before he was just trying to face like straight up. Alright, he makes it in either way. Third try. Meanwhile, Oxylin picking up his yellow Jinjos. And then comes all the way here, tags the warp pad. Monger with another bonk, though. That's 2 bonks for Monger now. Grotte du Generateur. Alright, Noxylon does a death warp off that Jiggy. Mine Miroitant. Is that like mineral mine? Is that the translation of that? Alright, Monger going for, ooh, pretty good. Slides a little bit at the end. He makes it. Oxylin now dropping frames, but he makes it up. His frames catch up. He was going too fast in the speed shoes for it. Monger's going to be doing his flight section now. Ooh, bails on the orange Jinjo and almost falls off the top, but it doesn't matter because there's like another roof. There's another roof up there. Man, Monger has like really jagged looking flight when he does beak bombs. I think Monger uses a GameCube stick for Tooie. I think I remember him saying that once before. And that makes all the sense in the world. It's really hard playing with a stick like that, especially for a game like this. Alright, Oxylin with 11 Jiggies now. I think Monger only has 8 right now, but he's going to be getting 2 in like a second here. Yes, the old Monger special. Zooming in. Zooming in to shoot the flies. Always looks weird to me, but it seems to work well for him, so. Oh, shimmering mines? Okay. Alright, Monger attempting his first prison code. Currently looking up his second prison code. Moving on to his third prison code. Have you never seen the word shimmering in English before, Gogo? I guess it's like not a word that's like super common. Shimmering is like if something is like luminescent, it shimmers kind of thing. Like sparkly lights, this and that. Alright, Oxylin going to get his treble clef. Meanwhile, Monger's going to pillars. Yeah, I guess most often, like, shimmering is, like, associated with, like, jewels and, like, diamonds and other precious stones. Like, they would shimmer in the light, kind of thing. Alright, Monger's jump's looking good so far for his pillars. Let's see if he can make his last jump. Looks good so far. Looks good. Gets pillars first try. It looks like he's probably going to save a lot of time on this split, too. I think Monger hasn't had a good streak with pillars here, but he's currently plus 215 on his splits, so I mean, he's like only like neutral with them like in 10 seconds, so definitely going to be saving like almost 2 minutes on this split here. It's a shame that Prison Compound was a third try, otherwise he would probably be ahead right now. Or ahead of his PB. Right now, Oxylin, I would say, is pretty far ahead. Monger is just going to do his GGM puzzle. Yeah, 2 minutes is a pretty good guesstimate. Because right now Monger is doing his GGM puzzle, which Oxylin has already done. And Oxylin has already like completed most of his Witchy World as well. Like, Monger has nothing to do in Witchy World compared to Oxylin because he's got all the jiggies he needs now. But Oxylin is like just about to finish his jiggies here. So after he's done with Witchy World, Oxylin still needs to go open JRL. But I mean, Monger's gonna be opening JRL like in like maybe 2 minutes. And then he still has to do Witchy World. So ooh, gets tagged by the Fruity. But it makes sense to see Oxylin ahead just because his PB is 4 minutes faster. And so Oxylin is about a minute behind his PB, but I mean, even though Oxylin is like only 18 seconds behind, like Oxylin would need to be at this point, he would need to be like minus 3 minutes to kind of be at the same spot. And Oxylin needs to learn not to jump up the tent. He keeps doing it. He's just not learning. Okay, there we go. Eventually gets up, but man. I don't know if consistent route is a better word for it, but I mean, he just does, I wouldn't say consistent, I would say he just does an easier route. That might work. Wow, I can't believe that worked. I thought that was going to be a little bit too high, but worked. So Oxylin has reset out of his Witchy World puzzle, or out of his Witchy World button cutscene. Meanwhile, Monger is just watching his Witchy World open cutscene, so he's still got one more puzzle to do. But Oxylin is going to be running to do this puzzle like right now, so yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that Oxylin has a very long lead right now. But JRL is still to happen. I've seen lots of people die to eels, and I think you would have to die to eels twice to get up there, or he would have to have forgotten something. A death to hag 1 is also a possibility, but if you're in the lead by a lot, then ooh, Monger not having a great start to his JRL puzzle. Took him 7 seconds to get his first piece slotted in. Ooh. Alright, yeah, Monger with a 66 JRL puzzle. Little bit of a time loss there. Meanwhile, Oxylin gets a 72 JRL puzzle. Not a whole lot better, to be honest. But still 6 seconds better, so. The time has been saved over his opponent. I can't believe that after those puzzles, Monger went neutral with his PB. The consistency there in those puzzles is actually astounding. Alright, so at this point, Monger is warping to Plateau. And this is where Oxylin is warping to Plateau. This is where Monger would be at after he finishes Witchy World. So he's an entire Witchy World behind. So it's, I don't know if it's 2 minutes, but we shall see. So split up pad at 32-33. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully that is an easy time to remember, as it is 2 numbers that are consecutive to each other. Oxylin, I don't know what he's doing on the split up pad. I think he tried to jump away from the split up pad as Kazooie, but he wasn't moving when he pressed A. So he swapped back to Banjo. Alright, now we got split up happening on Monger's side. Looks like the bonk shenanigans are over for now. Oxylin doesn't have to worry about getting meme signed because he's already made use of the sign text earlier on in the run. It should work for Monger. And he is out of JRL. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oxylin with an interesting swim around the octopus, and he ended up tanking a little bit of damage from it. I'm not sure what's going on Monger's side, but a little bit of trouble getting the stuff there. Okay, so Monger splits up from the signpost at 35:04, so He is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds behind Oxylin. Oxylin needs to hurry up. He's gonna... If he gets hit by an eel here, he's 100% dead. He needs to go around. Ooh, he gets stung! He should have gone across. Oh, and Oxylin dies. But he has another shot, and at least this time he doesn't need to grab the note. However, there's another minute that Monger has to catch up. Yeah, when he looked up and saw the eel was coming directly at him, he should have tried to swim under the eel, because the eel wouldn't have been able to turn fast enough to hit him there. So Monger, a second ago, being about 2.5 minutes behind, he's probably now about like a minute 20. Alright, let's see if Oxylin can handle the octopus a little better. His swim was greater on the octopus until the end. He's a little too high! Ooh, he actually manages to not get hit. I have no idea how he did that. Okay, here he goes. He's gonna have tons of air this time. Shouldn't have any problems. Monger getting extra safe into the very center of the lake, so he has tons of air to make it. Alright, and Oxylin has surfaced. There will not be any more eel shenanigans on his side. Meanwhile, Monger is doing his swim around the octopus now. Ooh, Monger had a really nice swim around the octopus. His juttiness is a little bit. Yeah, I know, Go-Go. Like I said earlier, Monger plays with a GameCube stick, and it's really hard to hold it in place. Ooh, I don't know if he's gonna be okay on air though. He's gonna have to like beeline to the top. He's kind of in Oxylin's spot right here. Oh yeah, he'll be fine though. He needs to go up though. Stop going diagonal. You might not make it. Okay, he made it. It was hard to tell exactly how much further he had to go to the top. That was all me just building hype. he wasn't in any danger of drowning. It was the darkness on Monger's TV plus him swimming in third person made it really hard to tell where the surface of the water was. If he got hit by an eel there, it was 100% over, I think. Because if he surfaced with 2 health, he would have lost 1 to the eel, and then he would have had to stay there for a little bit longer. So, Oxylin now in Clungo 2. Blue potion. Will he get trolled by the clones? Tune in and find out. Monger on his way to Pine Grove. He's so close to Oxylin now. Oxylin split on Leave JRL at 37.35. Monger splits at 37.32. So Monger is now only 57 seconds behind Oxylin after his mistake. Oxylin's mistake cost him a lot of time. He gets a good shot on Blue Potion Clungo though. Alright. Now we see what kind of potion that Monger is going to get. He wants to get a green potion to even the odds just a little bit. Gets a blue potion, so both of them have the same Clungo luck. Unfortunately, 57 seconds is a pretty hefty difference going into Hag 1, so Monger is going to have to hope that Oxylene makes some crazy boneheaded mistake in order to stay in the running here. Ooh, Monger is getting really trolled by the potion. No, he shot the wrong Klungo! Yeah, Monger, you can't be making shots unless you know you're right in front of the right Klungo. He's going straight up to Klungo this time, and he's not gonna take any excuses. He's gonna peck that Klungo, pretty sure. And there we go, hits the right clone. Hitting the wrong clone there is gonna lose him a lot of time, though. That one clone just body blocked for so long. Like, he went in one direction, and then when the clone turned around, he went in the other direction, and it's just like, I mean, what else are you supposed to say to that other than that's just bad luck? But Monger not so strange to bad luck in this race. He did have 2 bonks. He had a 3rd try code. He did have really good flies, though. I'll give him that. His flies were pretty good. I think his flies would have been a little better if he would have shot him from the ground instead of up on the little barn thing, but it is easier to shoot from up there. Alright, Oxylin into his file, ready to start his fight against Gruntilda Winky Bunyan in the Hag 1 battery-powered digger. Sorcier 1. I really like how the boss fight is labeled as Sorcier 1, but the license plate on the digger still says Hag 1. I mean, you think that because it's like just a name, they could have kept it the same. Oxylin taking it nice and slow, making sure every shot counts. All he has to do is play it ultra safe, not die, and he's got this race in the bag. Monger, he has entered the fuel storage, and he's going to be joining Oxylin in his fight. He's going to be a couple phases behind, but there's always time to catch up. I'm surprised Grunny didn't shoot an additional time in Oxylin there. That was a really long time to have to wait there. Alright, Monger's starting his first shooting section. Let's see how he handles Grunty here. Doing the same method as Oxylin. Both of them are kind of taking their time, making sure they're aiming properly at Grunty, and then shooting away once they got their aiming in sight. Both using just C button aiming as well. No R aiming. Alright, Oxylin finished with his mortar phases. Meanwhile, Monger's starting his first mortar phase, so he's two phases behind. I think he might be in the battery phase before Oxylin's blown up his first battery, though. The battery phases are pretty long. Oxylin got lots of health saved up too. Just in case the fight goes sour in the later phases, got lots of health just laying around. Oxylin already losing, well, not already losing time on his PB, but definitely not PBing this race. And I would hope not. Dying to the eels in JRL and still PBing is definitely a good sign that you have a good run. Alright, Oxylin about to finish his second battery phase now. Monger blowing up his first battery. The fight to the death begins on Oxylin's side. He's got lots of health around. He's already taking... oh my god, he's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to have to watch out for the Uggers. I mean, he still has 3 health, and he's got lots of health scattered about. But if he stands in one spot and takes a bunch of damage like he did, going for those health little bits is going to be really hard if he doesn't know where the Ugger is. So he's going to have to watch out for that. Uh-oh. Ooh, he took damage from the Ugger. He needs to go find the health right now. Oh my god, he almost died right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Monger has 3 health. He's run away from the Uggers now. Sorry, Oxylin. Monger's just finishing his second battery phase. And then he'll be moving on to his fight to the death as well. That was really close. I think he might be... You better kill that Ugger. Okay, good. Okay. Looks like the other Ugger is right on his tail. Yep, hits him. But that's okay. The Ugger is dead. He's out of eggs, though. Instead of switching his eggs, he goes to find more. And now he's shooting Grunty. He's at the last phase. He has lots of health. He's got one more hit. One more hit to go. Oh, no. He's taking a lot. And he finishes with a 50-28. All right, everyone, give a round of applause for Oxylin, sorry, for not dying to Hag 1. Oh my god, that was definitely a thrilling end of the fight. Oh, I thought it was all over. Alright, Monger finishing up his fight now. Let's turn back. Oh my god, that's really loud. Monger finishing it out with style. "15 health. Got two more phases to go." Ooh, that's really loud. I should turn that down. Takes a little bit of damage from Grunty, a little bit more, but he's got 1 health left. Ooh, he's aiming just a little high. Oh, and he finishes with a 51-39. Massive gold split on his Hag 1 fight, but misses PB by 16 seconds.